This is huge. Yankee fans are fired up. They are calling for Will Warren to be the fifth starter, with Luis Gil slated to miss extensive time due to injury. We're going to discuss exactly what that means going forward for the Bombers' pitching rotation in 2025. You know, it's a quote time. I'm trying to make the team, so I'm fighting. I need to be ready to go day one. But yeah, there's still stuff that's a work in progress. That's Will Warren discussing his last outing against the Phillies, a very impressive outing. And before we say another single word, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 7,000 subscribers. Yankees Digest bring you all things New York Yankees. But today, you know what I mean? Let's continue to bridge that gap between the unsubscribed and subscribed right here on Yankees Digest. But you know what? This post is all about this guy right here, Will Warren. The fifth starter, you know, like the NWO, who's the third member, all right? You know what I mean? The fifth starter, it's currently slated to be Marcus Stroman, but Will Warren is making his case known that he should be the fifth starter, and Yankees are clamoring for him to be the fifth starter going forward, with opening day right around the corner. Man, I'm telling you, he was very impressive in his last outing. He's been impressive this entire spring training session for the Yanks, and they're looking for. You can never have enough pitching. You can never have enough starting pitching, and Will Warren, he's been lights out. He's been lights out. You know what I mean? Take a look at this right here. All right, yeah, I mean, that is Bryce Harper. That is an NL MVP. That is a future Hall of Famer. That's one of the best all-around hitters in the game. Will Warren, he struck him out. He struck out Kyle Schwarber as well. He was very, very dominant and very impressive in that Yankee victory in spring training over the Phillies. A lot of Philly starters were in that game, and Will Warren was just out there just slinging it, just doing what he's been doing this entire spring training, just dominant. And he is just letting it. He's making the decision difficult for Aaron Boone. I mean, again, Stroman is the leader in the clubhouse for that fifth spot in the rotation, but Will Warren he's making a case, and Yankee fans, including myself, this guy deserves to be in the show. All right, he reminds me so much of Michael King. You know what I mean? Over there with the Padres, former Yankee, came over in the Soto trade. But I just love his delivery. I love his stuff. I love his secondary stuff. And he gets guys out with an array of really good quality A-plus pitches. And again, you can never have enough starting pitching. All right, you know what I mean? If you're trying to stay on top of the AL, if you're trying to get back to the Fall Classic, you need as many arms as humanly possible. And the Yankees, they just have an illustrious track record of, you know what I mean, of homegrown guys as well as project guys that they bring in, and Matt Blake does his wizardry to make them legit contributors. You know what I mean? And shout out to Max Goodman of NJ.com. You know what I mean? This is some excerpts from his article discussing why Will Warren deserves to be in the rotation. It was Warren's first run allowed. He of the spring on a late inning home run, I believe, to Kepler. But he's up to 8 innings pitched with 11 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, and 1 earned run. That's good for a sparkling 1.13 ERA. He's slinging it. And there was more. There was more here. This was Aaron Boone. They talked with him after the Yankee victory. Gosh, he was excellent. Yankee manager Aaron Boone said of Warren after the 12-3 win over the Philadelphia Phillies, "The changeup's real now. You see the life on the fastball. I thought he executed a lot. Another good day for him." So, again, shout out to Max Goodman at NJ.com. He just kept it a bean. This guy right here is, again, he's making the decision difficult. You know what I mean? And this reminds me kind of the Luke Weaver situation. All right, and as well as Luis Gil, who is injured. Just guys that just force their way into the conversation to be placed in high leverage situations and earn roster spots. You know what I mean? So sometimes you go into the regular season, you think you got everybody penciled in, but then toward the end of spring training, guys just show up and show out, and they force their way into the conversation for roster spots. And that's what Will Warren's doing. Will Warren is doing that right now. He's pitching at a high level, and this is exactly what the Yankees need right now. All right, Luis Gil is going to miss extensive time with that lat injury. All right, he's going to miss a lot of time. And again, this rotation, you know what you're going to get at the top. You know what you're going to get from King Cole. You know what you're going to get from Rodon. You know what you're going to get from Max Fried. I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman. I'm excited to see me some Max Fried. I've been a fan of his for quite some time in his All-Star seasons in Atlanta. But the bottom of that rotation, again, you're looking at guys like Clark Schmidt, you're looking at guys like Stroman, and you're looking at guys like this guy right here who's forcing his way into the conversation. You cannot have a conversation about the fifth starter in New York right now and it not include Will Warren. 1.13 ERA is real. You heard it from Boone. His changeup is real. His secondary pitches are real. Again, I just see a baby Michael King, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this kid. And is he a finished product? No, he's still young, but he has shown that high leverage situations, he's not going to be intimidated by the likes of, let's see if I can find it. He's not intimidated by Bryce Harper. He's not intimidated by Kyle Schwarber. He just walks up and is like, yeah, I got something for you. Bop, bop, bop. Strikeout. Bop, bop, bop. Strikeout. You know what I mean? The guy has real stuff. The stuff is real. The stuff is very real. And again, I'm rooting for him. And if you're a Yankee fan, be very, very, very familiar. Even if he doesn't come up to become a full-time fifth starter, this guy could very well be, again, a Michael King, a guy who could come in and be that bridge to more high leverage guys, to the airbender, to Luke Weaver. I mean, the Yankees have a dominant bullpen right now on the back end, but again, you can never have enough arms. So Will Warren is going to continue to force the hand of Aaron Boone and Matt Blake and Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner. There's decisions that needs to be made. Opening day is right around the corner. You know what I mean? The spring training goes by in a blink, and before you know it, the games are going to count for real. And, Will Warren, do not be shocked. Do not be surprised. You heard it here first. This guy is very well could find himself on the opening day roster, especially with these injuries continuing to mount for the Bronx Bombers. But that does it here for Yankees Digest, bring you all things New York Yankees. We're going to continue to give you guys the best of the best, nothing but the best, right here on Yankees Digest, bring you all things New York Yankees. This is your boy, Ugo Onyianta. Come on back. Come on this journey. We'll be waiting for you. Peace.